In February of 2018, the Guatemala Solidarity Project, or GSP, supported the opening of 2 new elementary schools in the indigenous Mayan communities Sibija and Xejbal, Monte Blanco, with the help of donors and our fiscal sponsor, the Upavim Community Development Foundation, a volunteer-run U.S. 501c3 tax-deductible charity. In 2019, these schools will close down without your support. In 2018, GSP volunteers made several visits to the schools and shared music and percussion workshops with the children. The families of Sibija and Xejbal Monte Blanco are survivors of Guatemala's brutal genocide. Today, they continue to struggle against poverty, hunger, and repression. The government has refused to fulfill their constitutional duty to guarantee children in these communities with access to education. After years of soliciting school access were ignored by the government, GSP donors supported 2 new schools in 2018. The GSP and our fiscal sponsor Upavim have helped start 6 new schools in Guatemala. Based on our previous experience and current contract signed with the Department of Education, we believe that we can force the government to accept their responsibility of running these 2 schools, but only after we have kept them open for 2 years. Unfortunately, we do not have the resources available to open these schools by February, in time for the 2019 academic year in Guatemala. Please consider making a donation of any size to support this effort. These communities are not asking for a luxurious school. In fact, the communities themselves built the school buildings out of wood. These one-room schoolhouses with dirt floors represent the first time these children have had access to education, but the government is forcing them to pay the teachers' salaries, which they are unable to do without your support. While 2018 was a year of celebration for Sibija and Xejbal Monte Blanco, it was also a time of great suffering as they and their neighbors faced violent attacks aimed at stealing natural resources from their territory. Indigenous communities have faced extreme violence and displacement for centuries, as their land and labor have been exploited for coffee, sugarcane, and mining resources. Now, their water is being targeted. Beautiful mountains and hills surrounding these communities are the source of abundant fresh water. But wherever you look, these freshwater sources are being stolen and redirected into hydroelectric dams. The communities have not been consulted regarding the theft of their water. Their subsistence crops are left dry, and the electricity being generated is connected to new international power grids for the profit of private companies. The communities are left without water, food, or electricity. We are taking a stand against death and exploitation and in solidarity with the children of Sibija and Xejbal Monte Blanco, whose parents have prioritized access to basic education. The GSP and Upavim Community Development Foundation are volunteer-run organizations, and all funds we receive go to our partners in Guatemala. Please make a contribution at your earliest convenience so we can keep these schools open. For more information, visit guatemalasolidarity.project.org.
Ooh la la, ooh la la. They say there's a tree in the forest, a a tree that will give you a sign. Come along with me to the sweet country. Come and carve your name next to mine.